Hello, welcome back to my channel. So if you have been following me, I've been contributing to the Biome JS open source project since a few weeks now, and I've implemented the use consistent arrow return. But now during this pull request, I'm adding options to the rule that I've already added. So this pull request is already accepted, as you can see here, but I still have a few comments. These are nitpicks comments, but what is interesting about the comments that we will go through is that it will reveal maybe something that I could improve, something that could really help me to become a better software developer. So let's dive in. The main contributor, he accepted this pull request. So he says here that my pull request is already accepted, but despite that, he left some nitpicks comment. And let's go through this comment that he left after my last commit, and it could maybe help me maybe to improve my coding skills. So what can we see about this first comment? Well, this first comment is about the documentation. And well, he says that, well, my comment was okay, but my comment does not explain what this style is doing. And let's see about the comment that he wrote. And when I read this comment, I can feel like, yes, there is a big improvement from the comment that I wrote and the comment that he wrote, because the comment that he wrote is more explicit, and it clearly states what my style options here is doing. So that's great. It really shows that being a good software developer is also about writing good documentation. So we have that one, but we also here we can also have this documentation that I wrote. So now it's about the change set. So I wrote this one, added option to the linked rule return. Okay, but now let's see the comment that he wrote. So more explicit, he says added style and require for object literal options to the linked rule. So again, the comment now is more explicit, and it states exactly what this new pull request is about, what this new feature is about. It's more explicit. And now this comment as well, now it says, okay, I wrote valid with require for object literal. So for me, when I'm saying that it's valid with this option, I mean that this require for object literal is set to true. So, but that's implicit. Well, here the comment that is added is again more explicit. It says style set to as needed and require for object literal here is set to false. Well, actually it's set to true, but is regardless. It shows that this comment here again is more explicit. It states exactly what this feature is about. So then also have this comment. This one is more about a syntax. But regarding the comment that I have received about how the documentation is improved, it clearly helps me to see that, well, maybe I write documentation, but maybe I'm not as explicit when it comes to writing documentation as I should be. Well, that's something I have to keep in mind, because being a good software developer, it also means being a good content writer or writing good documentation. So, well, I clearly could see a difference. I could clearly see a difference between the comments that I wrote, the documentation I wrote, and the documentation that he suggested. So now let's go forward and accept his suggestions. So all the comments are great. So I've already applied all the suggestions I received except this one. Well, the reason why for this one I don't want to accept it here is that well, the style is as needed, that's great, but here it should be required for object literal, it should be set to true instead. Well, what I could do is that I could just maybe accept the suggestion here, and once I made a commit, I could just go in VS Code and make a change. Well, let's do that. So that's wonderful that we can accept all the changes directly here from GitHub. Well, I wish that GitHub also has this feature where you can just have all the suggestions in one batch. Well, I wish that there is this feature in GitHub. Maybe if there is already this feature, that let me know in the comment maybe how to do that. I don't know. I try and then they say that the feature is not yet implemented. I don't know if there is something I'm doing wrong. I don't think so, but if you think that this feature already exists and there is something I'm not doing right, let me know in the comment section below. I would love that. So I've now accepted all his nitpicks comments, and now let's go to VS Code, and then I will make this. So I have to pull the changes first. And now if I go to the change set, so here it should be true instead of false. So when it is true, this one is valid. So by default, this one is set to false. So I think that now everything is done, but one thing I will keep in mind after this pull request is more than maybe the feature that is implemented, more than the fact that it's already accepted. Something that I have to keep in mind if I really want to improve my skills as a software developer is how to write documentation. Well, the main contributor, so Aaron, he even gave me before this link. He suggested this link in my pull request about how to write documentation, and I think that I have to really read it again. Well, I read it, but I had to read it again because I mean, the first statement here says that good documentation is not natural. That's the first sentence. And it's true that sometimes things that we take for granted, we say that, oh, this thing, it should feel natural for the one reading the code. Actually, sometimes it is not. And I could really see in the comment that he suggested that the comment that he wrote, they were more explicit. It was clear. The user doesn't have to second guess maybe what this was the intent of the one that wrote the function or that wrote this feature. So the user could know exactly what is to be done, and clearly, I guess that's something I have to pay particularly attention to, maybe in the next pull request or also in my career as a software developer. All these things, it really shows that when we are open source contributors, we learn a lot. And I think that, and I will say this one over and over again, I wish every software developer takes a little bit of his or her time to contribute in open source, because one way or the other, you learn things, or maybe you share things that and this collective knowledge just improve the software that we use. So let me know in the comment section below what you think about this video. Let me know also What did you learn maybe from the comment and the suggestions I received after my last commit? And if you yourself, if you think that you are a good documentation writer, if you yourself have experienced difficulties in writing good documentation, if you have some tips that could help to write good documentation. So I'll be really interested to see if you have all these tips in the comment section below. So that's all for today. But as for me, see you in another video.